There is so much good news today. I know. Troy, all you do is you talk about good news. Well, I'm telling you, I'm talking about the best news out there and up to the minute. And Bitcoin ETF was just approved. Holy shnikes. We're going to talk about several different topics today, obviously about some of the really good news that's going on. Is the Fed going to pivot? What is the odds and how many of those decreases are they going to have this year? And Bitcoin, oh my, I'm going to talk to you about this. This is going to change our financial system. Bitcoin is just the beginning, though Bitcoin won't change it. There are so many digital assets right behind it, ready to go. But first, welcome everyone to Real Estate Daily. This is Troy. Every day I go over the latest news in real estate, housing, and the mortgage markets. And today, Bitcoin and digital assets. I'm also going to talk about AI. Are you kidding me? Yes, I am. Now, before we jump into it, do me a favor. Hit that like button. I'm going to give you the best 5 to 10 minutes in real estate on a daily basis. All right, guys. Everyone's talking to me, telling me, oh, Troy, you're on the hype train. All you do is you say positive numbers. Well, I will tell you one thing, guys. I'm boots on the ground. I see what's happening. When my phone rings, I know things are happening out in the market. When I go to open houses and I show property and I see what I see out there, I don't care what CNBC says. I don't care what the media says. I don't care what other influencers say. Do they have real estate? Do they have a real estate license? Number one, do they show homes? They talk to buyers and sellers, or are they just looking at numbers from the bird's nest up on top, the eagle's nest, I should call it? Right. That's the difference between this show and all the other bozos that are out there giving you just what their agendas are, what's going on, what they think. I'm telling you what I see. Let's jump right into it. Okay. CNBC. Now, I know CNBC lately has been all positive because there's nowhere to go. Home prices are surging, and Detroit gained the most in November, beating Miami for the first time. Home prices fueled by a decline in mortgage rates. Home prices jumped 5.2% on an annual basis in November. Guys, we're going up. If you bought your home in 2022 of November, and then you actually held it for a year, actually the annual average is up 5.2%. Anybody has to be a moron to not see that there is no crash. I cannot believe it. Now, in November, yes, was my houses I listed, my team's homes, were they not being shown? They were not being shown hardly at all. In December, were they not being shown hardly at all? But the end of December, the wave came, and I know it was Christmas time, and I know it was New Year's, but we saw it. Last weekend I showed homes. I went to 4 open houses. Holy moly, it was packed. Guys, and when I say packed is the 20, 30 minutes I was there, an average of 10 other groups of people walked through that house, and I know all those houses are going for over asking. It's just a matter of a ticking time bomb. And whatever you keep airing out there in the media, it is all BS. Until my phone stops ringing, nobody wants to look at homes. That's when I know the market has shifted into a negative sentiment. All right, here's another one from CNBC today. Mortgage demand jumps nearly 10% to start the year, even as interest rates tick up again. The interest rates went down, the last 2 weeks of December, and now they're kind of flattened out. I wouldn't say they ticked up. They flattened out, actually. And so because of that, we're seeing people wanting to jump in earlier. Now, traditionally, you're going to say, Troy, what traditionally do you see? Well, November, December, buyers go on the sidelines, sellers are on the sidelines, and it's usually until the middle or the end of January do we see any signs of life in the real estate market. But this year we're not seeing it. And I think too many people are sitting on that sidelines that have just gotten off. I mean, the bus just rolled up, opened the doors, and here they all come because they want to get a jump on these prices. Because if the Fed was to pivot and start to decline on their interest rates, and we see this in the mortgage market, holy crap, we are going to run into madness. It will be another boom market. And hopefully, if they get low enough, we'll see some of the sellers out there, the move up seller buyers will then put their homes on the market and look for other homes. I've gotten several different buyers already, or sellers, or I should say homeowners, call me up and tell me that's their plans this year. Their previous clients of mine. All right, Colbesi letter. So Colbesi letter, we talk about the Colbesi letter all the time. They're on X. Okay, we're looking at how many Fed pivots are we looking at? Well, let's take a look at this. Every week we kind of go over this. CME Fed Watch tool meeting probabilities. So here's the meetings for next year. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 meetings. Of the 8 meetings, we're right here at 5.25, 5.5. So if we look at it, there's only a 4.7% chance that the Fed is going to lower rates on January 31st when they meet. 95% chance that we're going to stay right where we're at. But look at the jump here in March 20th, the second meeting the Fed is going to have. And now we're looking at 66%. So 2/3 we're saying, yes, we're going to go and we are going to have a drop. And then there's a 3% of a double drop, meaning a 50%, 50 basis points. Now we go here to April, May 1st, 59%, 60% basically of another 0.25%, 57% in June 12th, 51%, and what is that, August? So actually it's July 31st. Then we jump all the way to September, 45, and this is the prevailing number. So the blue here is the prevailing number. All the white is if we're going to go double. So instead of 25 basis points, it's going 50. And all the yellow is we're sticking to the same way. So if we look at this, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay, declines in the rate, or 7 declines in what the Fed is coming out. This is uncanny. Now, a lot of the Fed guys are talking out there, hey, we got 2 or 3 that are planned, but when it's all said and done, we never can believe anyone from the Fed, because they've been telling us that they're going to keep it longer, even move up, and then all of a sudden, literally, they pivot on a dime. All right, guys, I'm tired of talking about the Fed. Let's talk about real news out here. Guys, what did we just see today? I think one of the biggest days in our lives have just hit. The Bitcoin ETF. Now you're saying, Troy, you're just overhyping this thing. I am not overhyping it. There are 2 different industries that are going to disrupt every other industry out there that we know. Our life will change. It is going to be artificial intelligence. And the only reason why artificial intelligence hasn't really ramped up higher is that we don't have strong enough computing power to get it up there. But quantum computers are on the way, and we're already seeing likes of Google and a bunch of other companies saying that they foresee 30-40% of their workforce being laid off and being replaced by AI, some form of AI, whether it be software, robots, whatever. It's being replaced. They do not need to have human beings in those positions. And of course, all the things that go with it are positive. The stock goes up. Keep that in mind. That's number 1. Number 2, it's digital assets. You're talking about tokenization of everything of value is on its way. And the first step, it happened today with the Bitcoin ETF. Finally, we saw Gary Gensler bend the knee to the entire market and say, hey, the fight is almost over. I've been beaten down. Yes, did the Security Exchange Commission commit complete incompetency yesterday? Yes, when they leaked out on their Twitter account. And now we're finding out that through Twitter or through X, that account that was compromised got uncompromised almost instantly. So with that being said, Twitter also came out and said, yes, the account is linked to a phone number. Are you kidding me? Without 2-factor authorization. If anyone doesn't know what 2FA is, it means that if I want to change a password, I just can't go and just change it. I have to authorize it from a third party or some other way to verify that I'm the actual one that can change the password. So for an example, I walk in my X account, I say, I want to go from password to password 123. Well, with 2-factor authentication, I can't do that. But without it, I can. He goes, okay, you sure? Yes, boom. No, it says, hold on. Now you have to go to a different way of communicating to prove who you actually are, such as an email address, such as another phone number, such as whatever, okay? You know, whatever other third party, you know, it just didn't happen. The SEC, one of the largest, that receives billions of dollars a year, has the worst communication of all time, caused, I mean, guys, we're not, I don't know if you're understanding this. It caused billions of dollars of liquidation of shorts and longs. What a effing madness. And now the FBI says they're going to investigate. Are you kidding me? They don't investigate shit. We know that there's someone on the inside there that went ahead, threw that tweet out, then said, oh, there's a problem. Gary Gensler pops up 10 minutes later and says, oh, there's a problem. And it's all of a sudden it's fixed. Yet $1 billion of retail money just got liquidated. And guess what Gary says? Sorry, he's there to protect the retail, but we know he's not. We've always known he's not. He's there to protect the banks. He wanted to scare everybody off, and this is such a bad move upon, again, the SEC, the guys in blue in Washington, D.C., they didn't say shit. Nothing was said about it. Guys, this is incompetency at its highest level, or it's corruption and it's manipulation that we continue to see. All right, let's jump into the rates here. We saw rates here. They went up just slightly. It went up 1.5 basis points, about 2 basis points here. Nothing big. They're basically flat. Let's go look at these lines right here. These are 2 lines. It's kind of flattened out. The bond, let's go look at the 10-year bond right here. It's at 4.0. I can't work flat. But like I said, we are going to see this begin to slowly go down further. And I think we're going to see rates float down into the high fives here in the first quarter of 2024. All right, guys, I had a lot to say today, and I have a lot more to say tomorrow. So I'll be looking forward to seeing all you back on here on Thursday. Otherwise, you guys take care. Peace.